From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew has declared a province-wide state of emergency in the face of resurgent wildfires. He says the military is helping residents flee areas like the fly-in community of Garden Hill First Nation.
They also brought in a team to help plan the evacuation of that community. Today, there are many Hercules flights planned to move out a number of people, as well as commercial flights.
Kinew says many evacuees are expected to stay in Winnipeg, so he's ordering access to the RBC Convention Centre. A new report from a New York-based think tank questions the drug trafficking rationale behind U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs on Canada.
The Manhattan Institute analyzed newly released data on fentanyl seizures made in the 50 U.S. states and Washington, D.C. It says the data shows the vast majority of fentanyl seizures in the United States are linked to the southern border. About 99% of pills and 97% of powder were found along the border with Mexico, and large fentanyl seizures along the Canadian border were relatively rare. Trump declared a national emergency at the northern border over fentanyl trafficking in order to hit Canada with economy-wide tariffs in March. He paused tariffs on imports compliant with the Canada-US-Mexico Agreement on Trade a few days later. Kelly Malone, The Canadian Press, Washington.
The federal government is extending employment insurance changes it made in March in response to U.S. tariffs. The changes were meant to help businesses keep their workers by reducing their hours but compensating them through EI for lost wages. The changes were set to expire on Saturday, but they'll now apply until October 11th. A British Columbia father and son are suing the Anglican Church of Canada. They allege the son was conceived as a result of residential school abuse. The lawsuit says the father was 14 when he was victimized by a school supervisor in 1968. He says he only recently found out he had a son, who was then traumatized when he learned he was conceived through rape. Alberta's education minister says school libraries must pull explicit sexual content from their shelves starting October 1st. The Alberta government's issued a list of specific sex acts that cannot be explicitly described in library books, but kissing, hugging, or hand-holding are fine. Religious texts, like the Bible, are also exempt from the rules. Lieutenant General Jamie Spicer Blanchette has made history today, becoming the first woman to take command of the Royal Canadian Air Force.
I feel exhilarated, I feel optimistic, and also grounded in reality. I see big challenges, but I'm extremely honored to have this opportunity.
And she has her work cut out for her, addressing Air Force personnel shortages and overseeing the onboarding of new capabilities, like the F-35 stealth fighter jets. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Dale Hunter will coach Canada's team at the 2026 World Junior Hockey Championship, and his brother Mark will join the team's management group. They had the same roles when Canada won the 2020 World Junior title. The brothers are co-owners of the 2025 Memorial Cup champion London Knights. There's been a major upset at Wimbledon.
American Amanda Anisimova has upset number 1 ranked Aryna Sabalenka 6-4, 4-6, 6-4 at Wimbledon and will face Iga Swiatek in the final. Anisimova reached the first major final of her career more than 2 years after taking a break from tennis because of burnout. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
The Toronto Raptors have signed Aliyah Martin to a 2-way contract. The 6'2", 208-pound guard was selected by the Raptors in the second round of last month's NBA draft. And the New York Yankees look to make up ground on the idle Toronto Blue Jays when they finish a 3-game series tonight against visiting Seattle. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.